Hello, West Ham Network. It's Holly, and I'm here with your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday, the 4th of June, run in association with KUMB.com. Today, we have got a relatively exciting transfer update, talk about our next potential goalkeeping coach, and we have, of course, got a rumour about a goalkeeper. Let's go! Yes, it has officially happened. The first time I've heard of a player this transfer window about 5 minutes ago, and I have fallen in love with them after watching a very short YouTube compilation of what they've managed to do lately. So, Rusty B spoke about him this morning, but I needed to speak about him as well because there's no way that I can not celebrate the fact that it feels like we found a bit of a gem that we're linked with, and that I'd actually be really excited if we signed. So, for your first story, West Ham are reported to be in advanced negotiations with A-Stassin from Saint Etienne, and he looks really exciting. So, I couldn't not give you my own rundown. Last season, the 20-year-old scored 14 goals and got 8 assists in all competitions. And as I mentioned, I've seen a couple of highlights videos and he looks really promising. He is tricky with the ball at his feet. In fact, he loves to just cut back with neat little touches and then do a really good finish. He looks like he's a good team player as well. He doesn't look greedy with the ball. He sets others up when they're in better positions, hence the assists. He looks calm under pressure because he has some skills, even at pace, the ability to pull the ball back, and he's got a great finish. And I saw examples of him scoring outside the box and with his head. So he looks like he could be the full package. And something that was very noticeable was that he was playing others in a lot. And some of these made very easy chances, which unfortunately for him and his stats were actually missed, which is probably why St Etienne were in fact relegated. But he played his part in what could have been a lot more assists than the ones we mentioned there, should his teammates put away some rather straightforward chances, shall we say. But the main conversation topic is if he can do that in a team that lost 20 out of 34 games last season, imagine what he could do at West Ham. He's used to a little bit of disappointment. He's a perfect fit, but he really, really does look physical on the ball, and he looks like he would be a handful and the kind of player that we've been saying that we need to bring in. So he finished Ligue 1's 11th top goal scorer, scoring the equivalent of 1 goal every 156 minutes, which is very good. Plus, his conversion rate on shots on goal was 27%, which was the second highest in the league. So all in all, very impressive. He's young. He's got the right attributes. He looks like he'd be good physically in front of goal. His finish looked good. He can set other players up and bring others into the mix, which would make us a bit more dynamic. He's got pace. He's got skill with the ball in really tight situations. But of course, we're West Ham, so there will be a slight challenge. He was out for the last 3 games of the season with a hamstring injury. Now, just before that, he was injured for 3 days, so I wouldn't even really call it a separate injury. According to Transfer Market, he had a dead leg, which then led on to this hamstring injury, which I assume was probably the same issue. And Sasha Tavaleri said that towards the end of May that they were not ruling out surgery to fix the problem permanently. And that's one of the bigger talking points, because I think obviously there hasn't been much more reported in terms of that. We've obviously spoken about players like Somerville, the decision of whether you should go and get that operation for long-term benefits or whether you really want to try and fix it short-term and see what happens. It can't be an easy one for the players to make a decision on, but he's only 20, so he should make a decent recovery, and he's not exactly injury prone, despite breaking his fibula back in 2024. So hopefully it's not that serious and everything's going to be okay. And this report was with L'Equipe. So if I'm honest, I can't really remember any strong links that they've reported which have actually amounted to much. But there is a first time for everything, and I won't be letting it dim our excitement today. So the question I've got for you is, very long first headline, would you like to see A-Stassin come to West Ham? Let us know down below in that comment section. Now, for your second story, despite us having previously been linked with the Chelsea goalkeeper coach, Ben Roberts, and it being reported by ex-West Ham United employee that it became clear it was quite difficult to get him out of his contract with Chelsea, there's a new name on the table, which came onto the table and then back off pretty quickly. So he reported that Jack Stern, one of Brighton's goalkeeping coaches, who also worked alongside Potter on the South Coast, was a name that was very much being considered by us. He actually signed a long-term deal with them in August 2024, which suggests that things have not been working out under their current manager for him, that he has left. But X said that he's spoken with a source and that they've said Jack Stern is not necessarily on his way. So a little bit of back and forth there, but definitely one to be keeping an eye on. Interestingly, Brighton's other goalkeeping coach, Marco Noop, he has also departed at the same time as Jack Stern. But it feels a little bit of a stretch to imagine that we would bring both of them in at the same time. So it's going to be interesting to see who takes over from Xavi as goalkeeping coach and whether they're going to be able to come in and rejuvenate things in a way that we'd hoped. So let us know your thoughts down below. For your final story, he's that way. You know who it is. West Ham are reported to be in talks with Aaron Ramsdale, a name that we have been linked with in the past, with Southampton said to be desperate to get him off of their payroll. It's not thought he'd be cheap, given that he's currently on 100k a week at Southampton, and he's likely to want a similar amount at West Ham. Plus, he's only been at Southampton for a year, and I have to say, when we'd been sort of rumours around him, when I saw him play in goal against us, I made a mental note that I would not have felt comfortable at all with him being in between the sticks for us, because it was a stressful watch, and it brought me back to the days where we had keepers like Joe Hart, where you just felt deeply uncomfortable while he was in goal. As soon as the ball started heading towards him, you just thought, oh, could this be a goal? So I think Fabianski and Areola have almost given us a little bit of confidence. While at times they're not the best, the most exciting, the quickest to play the ball out, they're somewhat reliable. And when I was watching Aaron Ramsdale, I got fear. I don't want fear from our goalkeeper. Often as well, I think teams that are struggling, you can often see the goalkeeper stand out a little bit because they get plenty of shots to try and save. But I have not really heard anything about Ramsdale, which I think also says a lot about his performances at the moment. But I want to hear what you think. So let me know how you would feel about Ramsdale potentially coming to us down below in the comment section. Oh, there you have it. Those have been your Hammers headlines, excuse all the washing in the background, run in association with kumb.com. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. And whether you're a first-time viewer or a returning subscriber, please just take a moment to leave us a comment, hit the thumbs up button, get involved in that conversation, because we absolutely love hearing what each of you have to say. We read them, we reply to them, and it's always great fun. So have a brilliant evening, whatever you're up to, wherever you are. And until next time, thank you so much, as always, for watching. And until next time, come on, you Irons. Irons.